everyone, it's Elise, day 37 of my Happy Life Makeover, and I'm here with my friend Ferdy. She was a rescue. My family rescued her about 3.5 years ago from a local humane society, so she thinks that I'm her mate, so she's going to probably preen my face while I'm talking. Today I want to talk about what an amazing deliberate creator you are, especially in the world of finance. Now you might be saying, well, how do you know about my money situation? And no, I'm not really a great masterful attractor, because either I don't have enough money or I have just enough, but I never seem to have extra. Well, have you ever thought about your subconscious programs that you developed as an early child about money? Some of you may know or have a really clear picture about what your parents said to you about money. They might have said, money doesn't grow on trees, we're not the Rockefellers. Those things might sound familiar to some of you. But some of you might not have heard much about money programs at all, and you had a sense whether or not you were low income or middle class or high class, just based on comparisons to other people. When you do a little bit of investigation, though, about money, you might find out that you're actually offering some vibrational blocks when it comes to money. Let me give an example of a few. Number one, if you thought about attracting just an extra $300, $400, $500 a month, and maybe that would allow you, let's say you're renting an apartment, and it would allow you to rent a slightly larger apartment, maybe have an extra room for that art room you always wanted, or that music room, and maybe in a slightly better neighborhood it would be an upgrade. But let's say you have like a sister who's not doing so well financially and is kind of looking for a place to live, and you know if you got that new house, suddenly there'd be a phone call that says, hey, would you mind if I move in with you? And as much as you love your sister, that's really not your idea of what you wanted, what you desired when you thought about having an extra room. You thought about creating one for yourself. Not that you don't love your sister, but the two don't match up. And how about if you owe people money, especially to friends or to family members? It'd be really hard to justify having that little bit of extra for yourself if you're not paying people back, and you're thinking, gosh, by the time I pay people back, it could be years and years from now, and I'll never have that thing I want now. Well, I'm not here to talk about, whether you should pay back people first or pay yourself, because that depends on the situation, and that depends on your own morals. But another way that you could block money from you is if you actually have guilt about money. What are your money paradigms that you learned as an early child, and not necessarily from your parents or family or friends, but also the media? You ever watch any Walt Disney movies? Right? The princess, the sweet princess, is usually poor, and some guy comes and rescues her. And what about people with money? When you think about the rich, what do the words come to your mind? Asses? Stuck-ups? Right? Those kind of words. And what about when you think about poor people? Do you think about humble or kind? Maybe or maybe not. And maybe some of you, when you think of poor people and rich people, you have negative connotations to both. Well, that's really tricky if you're telling God, universe, spirit, all that is, I want money, I don't want money. It's like kind of like, well, which side of the fence do you want to ride on? Well, the good news is that when you start investigating your paradigms, you can really start to do something about it and see where you have blocks. If you have blocks about guilt, or you have blocks that I don't deserve this, or people are supposed to work hard for this, and I don't really think that people will appreciate if I attract it, and it's effortless, right? It's like physically effortless. Or how about, are you afraid you'll change? Do you think that you'll become like somebody that you think is wealthy that isn't very nice? Well, the good news is that you can create abundance and financial abundance and still be nice. If you've got the nice part down, the money isn't going to take it away. Really, really believe that. So I just wanted to offer to you that you really are a master creator. And if you don't have the money you want, or you have just enough but not enough, then you've masterfully, that's a long word, or a weird word, masterfully created lack or income that's just enough. So see how good you are at manifesting? You're just not manifesting extra income. You're manifesting exactly what you're focused on. So look through the paradigms that you have about money. Here's my girl going for a flight. You gonna take a flight? And look, look through your subconscious mind and see if you can find any of these programs that are working against you. And and we'll talk more maybe about this towards the end of the week again, because money's a big subject for a lot of people. All right, you say goodbye, Ferdy? All right, we will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.